body, mind, and spirit. There's a lot more than just one element that goes wrong. And so that means there's more than one element that can go right, that can be made better, repaired. So with the body, again, these are just a couple of little tidbits. I'm going to probably ultimately write a substantial book on this because there's so much to talk about. But when you think about it, when somebody has an ailment and they go to therapy, what happens, right? You go to a gym, you go to a whirlpool, you get stretched on and lift some weights and do all these things, right? But it's like working out. It's probably not that pleasant. It's probably not interesting. You probably dread it. It's probably very unpleasant. I've been fortunate not to have to go to physical therapy, but I know lots of people who have. Well, at the same time, what happens when you go into the garden? And you just go, I'm just going to go pull a few weeds. And you come back 4 hours later, and you're all tired and sore and sunburned, and you cleared this one little patch of weeds, and you feel good about yourself, right? And you stayed out there way longer than you would have if you were just stretching rubber bands or even getting a massage or whatever. Well, it's true though. I mean, because it's interesting and you get a sense of accomplishment. There's so many reasons why it's better. And yet you can do the same thing. So things like mobility, you know, so many times as we get older and our joints get creaky and I'm crawling right up there with y'all and I know it, but then the second thing goes, oh, I can only move this far. Well, okay. Oh, I got to get that piece of fruit. Maybe, oh, I did get it. Well, then all of a sudden, you're like, oh, well, look at that. I could do a little more than I thought. Well, that's better than a rubber band now, isn't it? And you get a piece of fruit. And so these are all things that's what's behind all of this. It's the magic and wonder of the gardens, but the hard work is good for you. And so when you think about it that way, all of a sudden, all of these things, somebody has a brain injury, they lost control of their hand function or whatnot. You start planting seeds. You want to get that seed in that one little spot, right? Well, you work at it. You struggle with it. You get it. Again, that sense of accomplishment. Next thing you know, fingers are working a little better. And all of these things can happen. And I believe that there isn't a problem that somebody could come to me and say, hey, I got this one problem. I believe there isn't a single problem that I couldn't sit there and go, let's figure out a thing for you. And I know we can do it. And I bet you if I come back here in a year and tell you about this project, we'll be talking about all kinds of benefits that we've discovered and documented. And that's what's going on.